Hello, I'm Mohammad Afzal Farouqi from Pakistan. With me, we have Dr. Najib Sommer from Melbourne. He's very well versed doctor, PhD in sports injuries, cricket injuries especially. He's currently associated with some football teams as well. As you guys know, that in Australia, the AFL has just commenced. The season will go till September. Quickly, I'll speak to Dr. Najib regarding the ongoing season. Ruknaji, what will you say about the current season of AFL? 18 teams are competing, and what do you suggest for the players, for the footballers who are currently participating in these teams?
Yeah, excellent question, Afzal Bhai. For people who don't know about Australian Football League, it's a sport that's primarily played in Australia. I don't know of any other country that plays this sport. It's played on a cricket ground, but it has some of the similarity in terms of rules of rugby. But also, it's very dynamic sport. It's one of the fastest sports that you can see. Each player would run an average of 15 kilometers in within 2 hours of the game. The game is comprised of four quarters. Each quarter is about 20 minutes, but with stoppage time, it actually goes to about 30 minutes. Just because there are a lot of injuries and goals, there seems to be a lot of stoppage. So typically, you'll have a game that'll go on for about 2 hours in total, and 120 minutes. Players are obviously running excess of 15 kilometers in a game. It's a very physical sport, so a lot of contact, pushing, jumping, kicking, and throwing. So it requires athletes to be 360 degrees. And because the ground is a cricket ground, it's a lot bigger than a normal rugby ground. It's obviously circular, so it's played 360 degrees. And the athletes are very, very fit. The top athletes in Australia obviously go and compete in this sport. The highest paid athletes get about around $2 million for a season. And obviously, the salary ranges from 150,000 to $200,000 on average to about $1 million plus, depending on how well you're playing and which teams you are with. I work in the Victorian football system. So the highest league is the Australian Football League. Then the second league we have is the Victorian Football League. Victoria is the state in Australia which has the most amount of teams. It's the most popular sport in Victoria. So I work in the Victorian Football League and work for a club called Port Melbourne. Um, it's a feeder club, so we obviously our top athletes and get picked up by one of the other bigger clubs, and they play over there. So interesting sport, dynamic sport, a lot of fractures, a lot of injuries, and a huge amount of concussion as well in the sport.
I would like to how many players competed in the match from each team, and what strength? How much players do you select in a squad? Any special ability you guys see when you select players, or whether selectors select the players? Who select the players? Are the selectors?
Yeah, so the players are typically selected by the selectors, and then the head coach obviously has the main input of who goes onto the ground. Each team will have a squad size of about 16 players that go and play the game. And then there are unlimited substitutions, so you can actually get as many players as you want, and as many players you want to substitute in the game. So that means the players can come and go, but at one point of time, there is a specific number of players to be on the ground. Now, the way it works is typically there would be 18 players on the ground, and then four players would be sitting as substitutes. Now, of these 18 players, players will come and go and substitute every 5 to 8 minutes. Players will get substituted and come in. So it's a very quick going sport from that point of view.
Well, major injuries that you see the player involved in this sport? Is it any fractures, or injury, or like a major injury that you want to mention?
Yeah, I think the question, the voice broke off over there, but I think the question is what sort of fractures do you see and what sort of main injuries do you see? Because it's a very high speed running sport. What I'm going to do is I'm going to probably turn off your video because that's just going to getting a bit of bandwidth. But yeah, I think the question is around what sort of injuries do you see? The main injuries we see are hamstring injuries, heaps and heaps of hamstring injuries. That's because of a stop-start sprint type of a sport. So you see heaps of hamstring injuries. In terms of the fractures, ankle fractures are very common. So you do see a lot of twisted ankles. Every particular game, I see at least one ankle going away. So those sort of things are fairly common. Any other questions, Afzal?
I would like to know that how many teams, like you have mentioned, the 18 teams are competing. So, what is the format of the tournament? Is it a one-on-one based or a group sort of thing?
Yeah, so it's very similar to, if you recall, the 1992 World Cup. Each team plays each other, so a round robin type of
Robin League,
thing.
Robin League. Yeah.
Yes, correct. So each team plays each other twice. So there are 18 teams in the comp. So each team will play each other, which means there are about 34 games, and then obviously there's one home and the other one is a away game. So typically it's a longish season. It's about a 6 month season, and the squad sizes are quite big. So the teams will have about 40 odd players in the whole squad, extended squad, just because of the injury burden is quite high. And if a player gets a fracture, then they're out for a few weeks, and then they obviously come take a couple of weeks to come back and things along those lines.
Last question I would like to ask you: is this sport in the Olympics as well?
Unfortunately, not. West. Actually, the sport is not really played much outside Australia. It's slowly getting taken up by some of the neighboring countries, but we don't have a lot of input or uptake outside of Australia. Primarily played by Aussies, which are expats outside. So we really don't have much of an international footprint to this sport.
Asians do play this as well. The Asian players are also playing this sport here in Australia.
Yeah, good question. Not a
The
lot,
Asian
not at the highest level. Yes, at the community level, the second generation Asians are playing a little bit. There is a Pakistani team playing at a lower level competition, the Pakistani Kangaroos. So that's an AFL team, but it's not at the highest level. It's at a lower club level type of a thing. But I haven't seen any Asians per se playing the highest level of sport.
Thank you very much, Dr. Najib. You have given really good insights regarding this game. I hope our audience has liked it. Please do comment and do subscribe our channel as well. Till then, good night.
If you want us to make good content like that, please feel free to like the video and comment on what other videos you'd like to see. Thank you so much.